Well, I gotta say, that was a rough night. Went to bed at 10 o'clock last night. Just didn't feel good, feel stressed, had a headache. After doing the live stream and the newest episode of A Day in the Life, talking about my dad, and, well, you get the whole idea of what's going on. But anyway, I don't know what's going on with him. I have not received a phone call or a message or anything. I texted him saying, well, if you want to rehome or you want to put love up for adoption, then that's fine to me. But I will not spend the holidays or be a part of this family ever again. Because this type of erratic behavior should not be welcomed around me. This type of behavior will not be tolerated whatsoever. And this is not 1 year that I've had to put up with it. This is not 1 year. This is now 2 years that I've had to put up with the same crap as I did. You know, he's like, oh, I'm going to kill your dog. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Harm a hair on her head, and you're going to wish you never did that. And tell you what, I'm being dead serious. You know? And this does not sound like my dad at all. I mean, this, in my personal opinion, it sounds like something demonic is controlling Dad. I don't know what it is. It could be he's trying to imitate his brother-in-law, Uncle Richard, saying, oh, I got all this money. Money, money, money. Money means everything to me. Money is not everything. And that's what's wrong with the old people these days. They care more and more about the money. What about the children? What about me and my brother? Do we matter to you or not? Is that something that's too hard to ask? I mean, really, it's not that hard to ask about. And I gotta say, it was really humiliating. My dad's like, oh, I'll kill that damn dog, I'll do this, I'll do that. See what happens if you do that. You will have a bounty on your head, and there is no place for you to even run or hide, because you harm a hair on that dog's head, and I will put a bounty on your head so big you won't even have a place to run or hide to. And that's not a threat. That's saying I'm going to get even with you. Well, the pretty funniest thing is, if you kill her, I hope a tornado comes through that part of town and destroys your trailer home. How about that? It destroyed that shack out there. It can destroy the trailer home if it's big enough. Yeah, then you'd be like, oh, I lost everything. Well, I'll tell you one thing. That's me getting even with you. But you really got to think about it, Dad. Is that money just, you know, is it really that important to you? I thought you wanted to see me and my brothers succeed to better expectations. But apparently, I think you don't even care. I think you just want to get rid of love. You want to get rid of all you kids, and that's all you care about is the money. I wished you wouldn't put money and personal gain in front of you because it's not golden. And that's what Benny did. Benny has worshipped his self satisfaction over the 9.5 years that he robbed me. And I struggled throughout all of last year, and now, according to what's going on this year, I'm still struggling. And my dad's like, oh, you figure that out. Oh, why do I have to help you? Oh, why do I have to do this? Oh, why do I have to do that? Don't you want your kids to exceed to better expectations? Don't you care about your kids? This is not the way you need to be acting. Because really, if you hate dogs so badly, you can rehome love, you can do whatever you want to do. But, you should have helped me get my house, not this stupid apartment. You should have said, oh, I'll help you get a home. But you know what? You have not helped me. You have not helped me since. The one person that has helped me through all these stress related problems, it's been Duncan. Duncan and Megan, they are planning to help me get a house within the state of Texas or within Oklahoma. That would be good for me to move out and be somewhere else. This place feels like prison where I can't have a dog. I can't have the nicest of all nicest things and try to exceed to better expectations. I think this is one way my dad is saying, yeah, you know what, Jonathan, you'll suffer. You'll suffer because you deserved it, because you allowed Benny to, to rob you 9.5 years. What's that got to do with it? I didn't know that he was going to do me that way, and really, you know, this is why I got rid of him, because he's such a liar. And a liar like him does not prove himself or even try to change overnight, because he's fake news. He is beyond fake, beyond belief. Everybody knows that. He is so fake that, I am calling him fake news, because that's what he is. Mr. Misinformation and stuff. Lies to people all the time, sponges people, humiliates people, makes a mockery out of himself, a lot of things. And if I had a lawyer, I'd take him straight to court and I'd sue him for everything that he's got. But I don't have a lawyer, and lawyers are not cheap these days. But, it's a good thing I'm not with him anymore. And I'm happy. Because he disowned and he broke the trust. That's one thing he did. Was he honest about everything? No. Did he tell the truth? No. Did he keep his words but did not uphold his end of the bargain? Absolutely not. He has done nothing but flat up lie to people. He's lied to so many. And that's why he's a manipulator and he's a user. And he's full of crap just as he is. And I tried the best I could to help him, and he didn't even bother to help me. So what does that tell you? I guess there's some things that you try to do something nice for somebody, and yet they take it all for granted. I guess that's one way that we feel the pain, the loss, everything. That's what all of us feel. When you have a friend that doesn't keep his word and says, "Oh, I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise," and never does it. They lie, 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 lied. And just like Benny, he's an incompetent liar. And people should not trust him or anything. And that's what's wrong with these old people in this old generation. That's all they care about is wastefully spending all this money. Oh, say for example, oh, this old guy's got $100,000. What does he do? Does he save it? Or does he wastefully spend it? He wastefully spends it. He's like, oh, I can buy whatever I want. I got all this money. There's a lot of people fighting over money these days. And, they're fighting like cats and dogs over it. But money in my personal opinion, money is not all everything. You cannot worship money or God at the same time. That's what's wrong with society today is when you think that money is a god, well, look what you're worshiping. You're worshiping a golden calf. You're not worshiping God or whatever. You think money is all everything, then there's something wrong with you. You're screwed up in the head. I think my dad is. I think Benny is. I think the old people, the old generation. That's all of what they think about is the money. Does money come first before family? No. Money should not come intertwined with family. Family should come first, more than ever. Money, as I said, is the key survival. You have food, you have a roof over your head, you have clothes, you have a nice car to drive, you have groceries, and the needed resources to survive. It's not about going out on these trips or this or that. It doesn't matter about that. But a lot of people would think, oh, taking a cruise is fun. Doing this and that. It's fun. And wastefully spending this money, that is something that I think about daily. You look at my Uncle Richard and my Aunt Jolene, they think that money is everything. It's been that way for the last 58 years. And that's all they think about is, oh, if we spend this money, we'll find ways to get more. What they really don't think about is what happened to family, what happened to friends, what happened to the people around you that actually care. I think a lot of times it begins to fade away in due season. That's what I think about. But let me ask the serious question. What is more important in this lifetime? Is your family important? Is your friends important? Is the people around you that try to do the most good for you important? Or is it the money, fame, fortune, greed, lust, or whatever? Is that important to you? If you think that family and friends and the people around you that care, that is most important, then you're absolutely right. Family and friends are very important. But if you think about money and all this other stuff, then I think you need to do some more research. I think clearly you're missing a bigger picture, and there's a big sign over your head saying not getting it. And I guess we as a family know that this is a dark thing that's going around. Well, my dad, I don't know what's going on with him or with me. He just thinks that abandoning us kids, that's the best result. I really think that he ought to reconsider and say, kids, Jonathan and David, I I don't know. I think about it all the time. Are we really important to Dad? Is he turning against us or what? And I gotta say, I hope and pray that my dad will see it to help us kids. And I don't want to be here for the rest of my life. I don't want to be a part of this organization that is not helping people. And that's one thing that I just cannot even accept. You know, I would love to have my own house. I would love to get out of here. I would love to have my own dog. I would love to do whatever I want to do without my dad jerking my chain and saying I got jurisdiction over you. So kiss my foot, B word. But, you know, that's one thing that's screwed up is he's got a big sign over his head saying he doesn't get it. And and really I feel stressed out about this whole 2-day deal that we've had to worry about. You know what? But nothing will ever change me from being a dog lover or anything like that. Love's new series was my best creation that I've done. And this show, I think it's almost over. I think my dad just doesn't want me around anymore. He's like, oh, that's all you care about is filming your show. Your show, your show, your show. The world evolves all around you. That's what he said to me last night. It's not true. It's a lie. He What he's talking about is a absolute lie. The world does not evolve around me. I don't know why he said that, but I feel like I'm humiliated. I feel like my dad just hates my guts, hates everybody around him, this and that. And he's never experienced what fun actually is. He's had to work all his life. He's like, oh, I worked for 56 years, this and that. And you had to support your kids, you had to pay child support, this and that. What's wrong with that? You're just gonna let us go hungry, this and that? Or just say, I give up, I really don't even care. Or whatever. But you know what? That's what he did. He worked for 58 years, and to this day he still works, and he's a cranky old man who needs a vacation, who needs to say, hey, I'm going to take it easy. I need a break. I don't know what's stopping him from saying, I need a break. I need a break. And that's to be most honest, and discreet. But anyway, well, I tell you what, I talk a lot, and I feel like I need to let my feelings be heard. I mean, my dad needs to accept the feelings that I have. He has hurt me. And I don't need his help or anything. I'll get Duncan to help me, because he's been a true friend. He's helped me. But I am planning to get my house. I'm planning to get out of here soon. That's the main objective. And I will not stop until that objective is complete. Mark my words. I will make it happen, and I will be happy again. But anyway, well, I will see you guys back later.